What is really valuable in social media is to be human, to show yourself, to show your face, to show that you are human and you are the same person as your followers, and they want to see real you, just be human.
Hi, Marzi folks. My name is Elina, and today my guest for this interview is the amazing marketing specialist Anastasia PANOVA. Anastasia has been the marketing specialist of intertwining arts, and today I'm very grateful that she will share some of her useful tips about marketing and social media for artists.
Thank you, Elina, for inviting me. Thank you, everyone who is watching that. And hello to everyone. And I hope that today I will be helpful, and I will try to share the most useful information I can gather for all artists who are trying to start their new projects and business in social media.
Yeah, so that's exactly what we're going to talk about and discuss several crucial questions that are important for emerging and mid-career artists to know, especially in 2021, but also later on. My first question to you is about just general do's and don'ts for social media management, and what would be the most optimal solution or a schedule, an agenda of posting updates, especially during the pandemic when everyone is online all the time or nearly all the time, and everyone's phone and computer is already overflowing with information. We just have so much content. What are you thinking about this?
Good question, because the pandemic changed social media behavior and social media itself completely, because people right now online 24 hours per day and 7 days a week. And some rules are not valid anymore because of that. But I think that anyway, some basic rules which existed before are still important right now. So I will try to give some basic do's and don'ts for your followers, for young artists to follow. Let's start with do's. So do know your audience, first of all. And I'm not speaking about very generic knowledge of your audience. Spend some time to understand who are your people who follow you, and in which audience you are interested in. And for that, you don't need to guess. Use just insights of your pages. Each social media has amazing tools to give you the most precise insights. On Facebook, on Instagram. So each social media, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, they have their own audience insights. So you can use them to get the most precise information about your followers. For example, on Facebook, you can use in Facebook Business Manager, you can use the special tool for that. It's Audience Insights, which gives you the information, the complete information about your followers, even including what kind of pages people like, what kind of pages they follow, what kind of brands they're interested in. So it's really useful information for you. The second do is do fill your page completely. Fill your bio, fill your business information, contact information, business hours, whatever you have, because it really influences your page credibility and your page rating. Do respond every comment, and never abandon people who write to your page, whether it's comments under your post or it's private messages, because in this case, you are not only polite with people, you are engaged in active conversation, but it's also you contribute to your own page engagement, which is also good for you. And do publish regularly, because remember, disappearing for 1 month, even for several weeks, you literally annihilate all the hard work you did before, because social media algorithms forget about you, and they literally don't show your posts to your followers anymore. So surely you don't want to reach this point. And the last do is do use insights, because it's really unique information that you can use to build your following strategy, to analyze your audience and to understand what they like, from which countries they are, which languages they speak. And don't believe that you know everything about them without insights, because sometimes you think absolutely different opinion about things, about what kind of content works, but then your audience is absolutely different. They are from different countries, they speak different language, so maybe you need to change something in your strategy. Always look your insights. That's basic do's. And as for don'ts, I would like to tell just three very basic and very important. Don't go for the number of followers, because you really don't want to fake followers which are not engaged and which are not active at all. Don't buy anything. Don't buy likes, don't buy followers, don't buy comments. Just don't, because you will really kill your page even not starting it. And probably the third is don't spam too much. Better concentrate on high quality content, which is interesting. Maybe it's just one post per week, but it's really valuable for your audience and really interesting, really engaging, than to publish 5 posts per week or 5 posts per day, but without any sense. If you really want to spam, if you really want to share a lot of information, just use stories for that, because they are created for that, to show everything in the moment, to be engaged every day. But anyway, let's not exaggerate without the 100 stories per day. So that's probably basic rules I wanted to mention.
Yeah, absolutely. Wow, thank you so much. This is really like a Bible for emerging artists and managing the social media platforms. Actually, since
Yeah.
you already mentioned stories, I would like to ask you more about particularly the stories and the quality of the visuals. Would you suggest particular apps
Okay.
for the story filters, or it's not really important? How do you think the content, the visual content especially, can stand out and attract new audience members? And also, I wanted to ask about hashtags in the stories. Do they really
Yeah.
help? Yeah, so on stories.
Okay, yeah, let's go step by step.
Yep.
I would like to mention also, to speak about the content types which are trending right now. Surely there is a trend in all social media. There is a trend of short and interactive content types, which are, for example, in case of Instagram, it's stories, it's carousel posts, and it's short form videos like reels, for example, which they launched just some months ago. So
It's like the TikTok inside the Instagram.
exactly. Stories undoubtedly became the most more popular than posts right now. And for example, last year, every platform, including LinkedIn or Twitter, launched their own stories. So it tells a lot to us that it's a very powerful tool, which we really need to use. And for example, like Instagram shared some inside information, and they said like more than 500 million people use stories daily, and 1/3 of all the stories viewed by people are from brands, which is really useful insight for us. Means that people are interested in stories from brands, from companies, from projects they follow. And I really would suggest to use this format and not to ignore stories anymore at this exact moment. Regarding the editing tools, which you asked to suggest some applications to edit stories, I would say that there are a lot of applications at the moment, and you can just go to online store and to see any possible application, and they are pretty much similar to each other. But what I really would like to suggest is to use filters in stories, and not to use filters of other people, but to create your own filters. Because this is the way. It's not so hard, and the program is open, and it's easy, and it's free to use. It's Spark AR Studio from Facebook.
Everyone, please write it down.
Exactly. So this is really a good way to become viral on Instagram, and to be noticed by many more people. Yeah, so I would like really to suggest to use to create your own filters to express your creativity, since we are speaking about young artists. So actually, or you create by yourself, or it's really not so expensive service, because there are a lot of professionals right now who do filters for other companies and brands. So really, just use it.
Fiverr, I think, is an app, a website with freelance professionals who could do all sorts of things. Yeah, you think it might be helpful if someone is really looking for just where to start. Yeah, actually, they do all kinds of even translations, and Fiverr has to give us some promo code or something.
We are not promoting them yet.
No, just a recommendation. Yeah. Excellent. Yes.
And I remember you asked also about hashtags. So
yeah, I was wondering about hashtags in the stories. What does it really do? Does it bring people, or?
Let's say that hashtags in stories, it's a bit different story from hashtags in posts. Because in stories, since stories are working only 24 hours, so you really need to be quick and to use very popular hashtags to get views and to get reach people using hashtags. In this case, I would suggest to use very popular hashtags which have more than 1 million posts. So just search for several hashtags which work for your project, which are thematic for your project. But when we speak about hashtags in posts, I would like to mention as well, because many people just use hashtags like hashtag love, hashtag art, hashtag like for like. It's not really a good strategy to follow, because this is when hashtags don't work at all. What kind of rules I follow when I search for hashtags, and I'd like to mention that it's a manual process to search for hashtags. It's really boring and I hate it too, but I didn't find any nice automated tool to search for hashtags. So here are just quick rules to follow. First, hashtags are unique for every platform. Hashtags from Instagram will not work on LinkedIn or on Twitter. So really take time and search for specific hashtags for each platform. Then I would suggest to combine different kinds of hashtags. So include 2, 3, 4 hashtags which are really popular and have 2, 3 million posts. Then include hashtags which are medium popular, and they have less than 1 million posts inside. And then include some very specific hashtags for your topic, for your niche, which have 10,000 posts or even less. Because all these hashtags work during different time periods for your posts. And then the last rule, which is, I think it's really important, when you search for hashtags, don't think about your project or product. Think about people who use these hashtags. Because, for example, if you organize the concert and you play scrubbing sonatas, for example, as in case of intertwining arts, people probably don't search a scrubbing concert in Berlin or in Zurich. They search what to do in Zurich, or concerts in Berlin, exhibitions in Vienna, and so on. So think as your potential customer in this way. So this is basic rules for hashtags.
Excellent. Wow. Thank you. Super helpful. I learned a lot myself now, although I have already discussed these
Yeah.
things with you, but it's always great to refresh. And yes, I need to mention that thanks to Anastasia, our intertwining art social media platforms are running, and with her advice and help, we are where we actually are right now. And yeah, so we have arrived to the next question, which is pretty much the difference between social media platforms right now, and which are the most crucial to concentrate on, and which are maybe outdated now, which don't make sense because there's so many, and it's really time consuming. So what would be the priorities for artists, entrepreneurs, let's say?
Yeah. Well, good question, because it's really depends on your business and on your project. And first of all, I would like to suggest to all young artists to analyze what kind of audience they want to reach and what's their goal actually on social media. Because if you want to reach sponsors, collaborators, partners, you need to go to LinkedIn, because this is the platform which is created to build connections, and you just contact privately all people you are interested in. If you want to reach mass audience, like to sell your tickets, to invite people to your events, or to build your brand, you need to go to Instagram, to Facebook, because they are the mass audience. If you have mostly visual content and you are a visual artist, go to Instagram and Pinterest. If you prefer to talk, to shoot videos, or to do podcasts, it's about Facebook, it's YouTube, it's Spotify podcasts, or you can use a new social media network, which actually appeared just some months ago, Clubhouse. I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's really becoming very popular, and that's actually a social media which was created to talk. So crucial are those which respond your goals, and where you can reach your audience. That's the rule. And then, of course, you choose what social media you are more comfortable to work with, and which really follow your strategy. So that's it. First of all, just find where your audience is and what is your goal.
Excellent. Wow, that's a brilliant categorization. I think it will be very helpful. My next question is whether it's a myth that one can grow organically. I mean, now it's very, very difficult to gather the followers, but of course you suggested, and probably most of the people know, that it's not really good to buy followers, but where do we actually get followers? It's getting harder. What do you think about this?
That's probably one of the crucial things to understand before starting anything on social media, because it can be really frustrating. And you perfectly understand me how hard it is to grow on Instagram, on Facebook, and to get new followers, to reach more people. And there is a very important thing to understand, which is about the life cycle of social media. More developed social media, social network, if a social network is on the top, or it's already declining, like for example in case of Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, because they appeared more than 10 years ago and they already reached their top, and now they are going down. And it's extremely difficult to grow your community in such social media, because platform is doing everything against your organic growth. And don't be frustrated if your numbers are not changing, or your organic reach is declining day by day. That's happening with everyone right now, and it's not you who doing something wrong. That's just normal for these social media channels. But just not to sound too scary, I'd like to tell that, okay, to grow organically anyway, it's possible, but for this you need to do a bit different things and try new things. First of all, try new formats. Every platform always launches new formats. For example, Instagram Reels, and Instagram is interested in promoting Reels and in pushing this format. And in this case, if you start to use Reels, you get a lot of organic reach because platform is doing it for you for free. So if you are searching really for the tools and for the ways to grow organically, it's still possible. But for that, you need to use new formats and to go to new social media networks. For example, recently Instagram launched a new format, Reels, as we mentioned already before today. And platform is really pushing this format, and they're interested in growing this format, in growing Reels, and showing people, Instagram users, that they can get more views, more people using this format. So use Instagram Reels if you wanna grow organically on Instagram. Regarding new social media, the same story. If the social network is just growing, for example, let's take an example of TikTok. It was it was launched just recently, not so many years ago. So it's still young social network. It's still growing and growing very rapidly, mostly because of the pandemic. People started to use really a lot this social media. So that's your chance. If you, right now you open your channel on TikTok, you have much more chances to succeed than opening a new channel on YouTube, because the network is growing and you will grow together with this network. So really, don't be afraid to use new social media or new formats. It can sound scary and it can sound difficult to start, but just start, because really, if you wanna grow, that's the way right now. Otherwise, unfortunately, in old networks, you have to pay for everything, for each person reached, for each like, for each comment. That's how it works.
This sounds painful, actually.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, using new features is a key, and one has to stay on top because every social media introduces a different new feature that they have just invented, and we have to follow what they're
Exactly.
doing.
So they're interested to push it further and to make it more popular among users. So that's your golden hour
Yeah,
to
so
hop on board and to profit this growth.
right, so the algorithm is going to actually help you if you are picking up on that new thing that they have invented.
Exactly.
And so you're kind of
Exactly.
helping them promote it, and they help you promote yourself in
Exactly.
a way. Yeah, great tip.
Yes.
Do you think going live is a good idea now when half of the Instagram is already going live every day, or you think it just doesn't make any sense anymore? Is this helping in any way?
Yeah, good question, because really live streaming became very popular and boomed during the hardest months of pandemic. And I think that the reasons are pretty clear, because people wanted to communicate with each other, with brands, brand that needed to broadcast their news and to communicate, to keep the contact with their customers, at least online. And yeah, I think why not? It's a great tool to use live streaming to engage your customers, to engage your fans in the direct communication, to know them better, to show your team behind the project, to show people to be more human. So definitely, yes, I would recommend to continue to use this tool.
Excellent. Okay, now we have to all go live.
Without exaggeration, and of course not doing live every week, to think probably better about the topic, to gather the questions before to prepare for a live
Of course.
conversation. Yeah, but definitely yes, as a tool is a great opportunity to know your public better, for sure.
It's not dead yet, so it's still there, it's relevant,
Exactly,
and it's a good
exactly.
idea to use it. Yeah, that's really important. Great, thank you so much. um just to finish up our talk today, do you have any advice to emerging artists, to probably mid-career artists who are aiming to grow their social media presence, engagement, and who are looking to interact with their audiences. The floor is yours.
So maybe just some quick advice, more generic for young artists, or young like starting artists about social media. First of all, I would suggest to take social media seriously, because it's really powerful tool if you know how to use it. And we're not speaking about spending 5 minutes per day. It's not a quick job to do, and sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you need to take time to think better, to spend more time. Really, I suggest to dedicate some time in your schedule for social media, because this is a serious job, and if you take it seriously, you will have results. If you think that it's something very quick to do, 1-2 minutes per day, it will not work for you. But at the same time, I would say not to take it too serious anyway. And here I speak about content. Don't try to appear too serious, too professional, too artificial, because what is really valuable in social media is to be human, to show yourself, to show your face, to show that you are human and you are the same person as your followers, and they want to see real you, maybe your weaknesses. You can ask their help. Just really like and the headline for this tip is just be human, because it's really what social media values. And the last, probably just to relax and to try everything, to try new formats, to try new social media. Yes, it can be too scary for you to start, but just start from little steps, like open your account on Instagram if you don't have it for your project, or convert your own account to business. To have insights, to learn more about your public. Then try to tell to your friends about your project. Ask them for help, ask them to follow your new page, to follow your project, ask them to share your new project and to tell to their friends. So that's how you start, with really little tiny steps. It's already not so scary in this way. And try everything new, try TikTok, try Clubhouse, and that's how you will find your way in the end.
Excellent. Wow, a lot of amazing tips. I need to write them down and just follow your directions.
Really helpful.
I'm sure it will be helpful to many people out there. Thank you so much for talking to me today and sharing all this really important and valuable information with our audience. So we hope that this conversation was useful to you and you learned some new, insightful, inspirational info from Anastasia. Like this video if it was helpful. Subscribe to my channel for more interesting interviews for artists, for more videos on managing your artistic career, on artistic research. Don't forget to hit the bell button in order to not miss any updates. I wish you to have an amazing week, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone, and see you on social media.